I had a question about work capacity. You have the X amount of grocery bags going up X amount of stairs example. More trips, less bags mean more stairs and a need for better conditioning. That's a good summary. One trip, all the bags mean more strength, and this entire spectrum is work capacity. Yeah, it's a spectrum. It's a matrix. But the idea, and I hope you understand this, Gustav, it's not this. I don't necessarily want you to just be able to pick up the 365 pounds or you know 165 kilos worth of food and walk up and down a flight of stairs. I also want you to be able to carry 18 bags up 10 stairs, and I want you to be able to do a whole bunch of options. It's the options to me. The options of work capacity is what work capacity is. Well, that's a strange sentence. If we have 1,000 bricks, I like the option of being able to carry one brick at a time, or 20 bricks at a time, or 10 bricks at a time. To me, that's much more that those options are what work capacity is to me. And I think I just confused everyone in the world, including myself. You said loaded carries were great to improve as well as monkey bars and crawls. Well, sure. So to summarize Gustav here, I have said many times that work capacity is built by coaches like me with loaded carries, and then of course there's other things like bear crawls, all the crawling family, monkey bars, climbing, running hills. I mean, there's a whole myriad of things you can do to increase work capacity. I think the most important thing is to not do one thing. That's why with even loaded carries, that's why we do sled pulls and prowlers and suitcase carries and sprint up hills. Um, I wonder how this relates to the gym. If I do a workout, I tire out rather quickly and I can't do what, say, a bodybuilder could do. Yeah, because the bodybuilder's training training for one specific thing, basic hypertrophy and lower body fat, and of course symmetry. Multiple exercise, and then he explains how he thinks a bodybuilder trains multiple exercises for a muscle group and still perform. After heavy benches, my push-ups are nowhere to be found. Well, of course, and the work has made quite the impact on me. I was thinking of maybe doing routines like the humane burpee to work on work capacity by increasing the conditioning aspect in conjunction with some sled works and carries. And that's exactly how I recommend most people train. Something like the humane burpee and loaded carries. And there you go. Would this be the way to go? Yes, this would be the way to go. Or do I need more specific means like hard conditioning and specific muscle endurance? I'm not sure what specific muscle endurance is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure you'd even. When people tell me like sets of 25 build, local muscle endurance, I always wonder about that because very rarely in the real world, unless you work at a factory and you have to do, you have to turn, you do this for, you know, 8 hours a day. I mean, that's muscular conditioning. Of course, you want to destroy the whole factory, just go like this for a few times. Yeah, I think humane burpee, I think loaded carries, I think that's the way to go. You have to decide where you want work capacity to be in your life. It's weird. I think even at my age, I'm 64, I have a lot of work capacity. I'm still the guy you asked to help move in and out of your house. And I think it's because when I train, I do the Olympic lifts, I do loaded carries, and I walk, which builds a nice base of work capacity. I don't think I'm a genetic superstar when it comes to work capacity, but all my years of training has led me to have work capacity. I think that's more the correct formula. So it's the quantity of workouts lead to work capacity, especially if you're doing things like sled pulls. Years ago, we were helping someone move. His nickname was Grandpa 2 times, and this kid showed up. He was a kid from Tooele, Utah, and he had this truck. And I walked over to his truck and I started to put some stuff in there because it was his grandfather. And he said, "No, no, 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 don't put anything in my truck." And I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Well, I don't want to scratch my truck." And I thought to myself, that in a nutshell, is what's wrong with the way most people train. He wanted to have a truck that looked like he did something, but he didn't want any scratches on his truck. I like scratched up trucks. I like athletes who, you know, can carry a few boxes. I hope that helps.